Alright, so tonight I'll be making a very simple and traditional porridge. It's really simple to make. You only need 3 ingredients, and that is the millet. The good millet should be very yellow in color, and as you can see, and they're basically a grain that's super small, but it's really healthy. It's much healthier than regular rice. And you can get it at any organic store like Sunflower Market. Also, we're going to need some sort of sweet squash. You can use any kind you like butternut squash would also work. And the amounts, you can use maybe a fourth or 1/2 of the squash for a one full serving for a family. And then we're also going to use a sweet potato or a yam, and I'll be using either half of a large one or one small yam. And we don't need anything else in here, no seasoning, because all the sweetness will come from these fruits, and the squash. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the skin of the sweet potato or yam, and also some of the skin of the squash. So let's start with that. I'm using a peeler, so what I'm doing is just removing only the dirty spots. For the squash, you don't have to remove all the skin. You just have to remove kind of like the dirty part, the ugly parts. Okay, same thing for the yam. You're going to just remove the skin of this. And for this one, you want to remove all of the skin because they have been in the ground. Alright, so I have these peeled for the skin removed. And before I chop these up, I actually prepared half pot of water so I can put that on heat for it to boil before we put all the ingredients in there. So now I'm just going to chop these into For the squash, all I'm going to do is basically chop them into 1-inch strips. So they're like in these strips. And now I'm just going to cut them into rectangular or square pieces. So, size like that. Alright, so for the yam, you're going to chop them into similar sized pieces. And I'm only using about half of this yam because it's really big. Alright, so I have the squash and the yam chopped up, and next we're going to go to the pot and just put everything in the boiling water, and it's all set to go. So the pot of water is boiling. You can even hear it. And right here, I have a half cup of the little millet, the yellow millet. And all I'm going to do is just dump this whole thing in here. It's going to make some whooshy sound. And next, I'm going to put in all the yam and squash I have. All you have to do now is just give it a quick stir and just let it boil. Alright, so this is our porridge here. It doesn't have a very thick consistency, but this has been boiling here for about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes actually. And I just turned off the heat. And you want to let this cool a little bit because it's actually really, really hot. So as you can see, it's watery. This is best eaten when you're eating something that's fairly dry. And the pumpkin, the squash, and the yams are all in here. They're soft enough to eat. And as you can see, it should have a very yellow-orange color from the millet. And this is the millet right here. This is a really, really healthy dish. and it quenches your thirst a lot better than just having a cup of water, and it's got all the amino acids and nutrients in there. So I'm going to show you how to serve this. All you have to do is just put it in a bowl. So you can see here. And if you don't think it's sweet enough, you can of course add sugar if you want. And it's eaten again with other dishes. Alright, enjoy.